Welcome back to the Adolescence of a Bookworm anime review episode number 2. We're reviewing episodes 3 and 4 for the series. What did mine do in these two episodes? Well, we had winter going on in episode number 3. And in this particular episode, she took the time, basically she wanted, because basically winter hit, it's a blizzard, she's freezing cold, just whatever, just do something. So she cut some stems up, make some paper, and she just gave up because basically she knew what it was doing. Yeah, she did the same thing in the book too. And they're like, why don't you just read basket history? Like, okay. And she did a really good job making a basket almost look like the shape of a small purse. And just by pure luck. And then later on, basically, because the fact that, she can't even go outside at this point. So, basically, Turi and Gunther, mine's father, proceed to harvest these special fruit. So, they make the oil stuff in it and separate it. And, of course, then she uses pieces like, oh, this might be for birds. Nope. What she does that's interesting. So, thanks to eggs, basically, the boys next door brought over. Basically, what she did is made pancakes. They've heard them as something else first. I think it's like Prentice cakes, I think it is. Basically, they're basically pancakes they eat with their hands because they don't have syrup in this world. So stick with that. And she gets really lifted because basically she's got a frail body. But look at basically one of the boys there flipping it for her, which very smart of him to do. And none of it lasts for a few days, which is quite nice. So it's like over the course of 3 episodes. She's invented a shampoo, she's good at weaving, and she basically made pancakes. And she wants to go see Mr. Otto again because she just thinks he's a good guy, despite the fact her father thinks basically that he thinks that she might be in love with him, despite the fact she's only 5. So basically, because basically she got a little bit of a pen left, she basically, just learned some more letters from Otto. Otto, of course, is trying to do the budget paperwork, and he does it, and mine points out, though, he's making some mistakes, but he's not upset with her for it. She does point out, though, and of course, she helps out with the thing, like, oh, maybe use this old-fashioned calculator, which, yes, this thing did exist in real life, and people use, basically what this thing is, I've seen pictures of this thing, I've never seen in person. It's basically the shape of a rectangle, and people count where they push this little thing across the the small little poles inside, and she uses basically her little board to do the calculations, and she did a really good job. So basically Otto has unofficially hired her to be his assistant, but because she wasn't baptized, because they explain here that people cannot be hired if they're not baptized, and baptism happens at the age of 7. So later on, he basically hires her basically run like a small school to teach kids how to read and write. Okay, fine. But of course, basically, her mom basically makes a dress for Terry for her baptism because she's 7. So then, of course, maybe pick some flowers for her. No. Why would just basically make flowers out of yarn? And she makes one, and of course, basically, creates this special thread, asks her father to help out, and of course mother helps out too and creates this very special thing. Later on, of course, they have the little writing thing, which of course basically is of course basically she does point out to him basically, okay class, let's move into numbers. It's don't think like me because I'm smart. Just make it a little more simple for them, make it easier for them to simplify it for them. Okay, and of course have paperwork, and then later on, of course, you can go in the woods. Of course, she wants to make clay tablets because she doesn't want to make the papyrus, so make clay tablets instead. So basically, she's like, oh, walk the woods, rest, and then go back. But she wanted the great tablets, and she kind of lied about it. So, and of course, Lude basically helps her after finding that she lied, after scolding her over it. He does help make the tablets, write stuff on them, And then his brother and cousin decide to step on them thinking they're bouncy rocks, which makes her very upset and created this special aura around her. Her eyes become basically like rainbows, like she really wants to murder these boys for daring to ruin her clay tablets. So they leave her dry. They think, oh, come back next day. Nope, mine gets sick. Then eventually, and then also it rains, and of course it gets ruined to make it again. And then she tries to bake them, and one blows up, and her mom yells out for it. That's kind of what happens over the course of these 2 episodes. Yep, that's literally what happens. I thought the episode was quite interesting, and we have roughly about 10 more to go for the season, and we can move on to something else. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up is a comic corner. Why did I see vacuum before? And then basically it is on to, well, oh yeah, guys, leave my play. So after the comic corner, it's back to this. Okay, thanks you. Bye.